Okay, Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala thumma amma ba'd. In this task, the ASA cuts through proxy radius authorization. We need to configure the ASA 71 to perform the cuts through proxy authorization for traffic passing through the firewall from behind VLAN 101 using radius. User must authenticate by using telnet to the IP address of the 7177.7. Configure the ASA and the ICE to match the following requirements. User Windows 92 will be authorized for TCP traffic destined to router 6 loopback address. Okay, we'll take this and then we'll follow. First of all, we have in the topology, this is the ASA 71, this is the I-75, this is the users, Windows 92, 93, 94. So this is the configuration that we're gonna bought on the ASA CLI. So this is the virtual IP address we're going to use through the telnet to make the traffic path the ASA box, and we've done this. Let's check it out. Show run, and where are the configuration? Here we go. Defining the radius protocol, defining the radius server, to just make the ASA able to communicate with ICE, access accept, access request, access reject, whatever. So we need to just go to the ICE portal and check out what we just did regarding the first requirement, which is Windows 92 will be authorized for TCP traffic destined to router 6 loopback address. Okay, just open the RDB. Alright, we have the ICE portal here. Let's first thing check the identity, which is the username and passwords. Let's go here, identities. We have user 1 to Windows 92, Windows 93, 94. This is regarding the user identity. Also, we need to make sure that the ASA box is registered on ICE portal. We have the ASA 71, and we should have the connectivity and reachability just fine between them. So this is number one. Number two, we need to do what? We need to do the profile for each user. We're just making the profile for Windows 92 user for now. Network access, and there is policy element. Here we should define a condition. What condition? Why? The condition that it says when this user want to use a TCP traffic through the ASA, implement a specific downloadable access control list. So we're going to put the condition based on the username. So here we going to do the following. I already configured this. So we have this is the user. This is Win92 user. Okay. So after you create the condition, you go to the result and authorization profile, and also you need to configure a downloadable access list permitting a TCP traffic for our users. So here is the I just named the access list by the Windows 92 user here. So in this access list, I'm permitting the TCP from any source to any destination. Okay, and save. So this is the syntax that you should put. Also, all right. Also, we need to just go to the authorization profile and create a profile specific for Windows 92. In this profile, we should have the downloadable access list or the DACO, and this field here associated with the downloadable access list we just configured in this section here. And this is important here. This is defined. We need to just specify the radius Cisco vendor specific attributes. What is that? Because when the box, the ASA, communicate and signal the ICE, hey ICE, there is an authorization process we should do. So the ICE will say, hey, access accept. This user should you should accept the traffic, and I will give you the access list and implement it. The ASA here should implement the access control list in a specific format. So that's why we need the radius specific attributes, and we should define in the access list here in this syntax to make the ASA understand the format of the access list. Otherwise, it won't work. So that's it. Define the attributes, the vendor specific attributes regarding the radius packets, and associate the access list, and this is done. After this, in the last step, we should do what? We should configure the policy. So I'm just using the default policy. As we can see, there is a 3 hit on the default policy by now. Okay, here as we can see, the authorization policy, of course this indication is just a simple one. Any user inside any group identity, just it's okay for me. The only thing that I care about right now is the authorization rule. In this authorization rule, I'm saying here, okay, this rule is specific for Win92 user. So this is the condition I just configured. Okay, then beside the condition, I associated the profile. Okay, I don't need this now. I associated the profile that I named Win92. This profile linking what? I hear you. Yeah, it's linking the downloadable access list we just configured, permitting the TCP. Okay, and you apply the configuration, and that's it. we can just look to the what, the operation, the live logs. As we can see here, we have the 192 users from this IP address, and we applying what here? We applying the authentication policy, the default one. So this is this line here for authentication. And for the authorization, I applied what? The authorization rule that I configured, which is what? Authorization 192. So that's it. We can just dig deep in the log bucket. We need to see what's here. Protocol is radius. Can we see the access list here? Okay, this is the Cisco AV pairs that we just configured. Download this access list in this specific format. So when the user 192 so we have the user 192. This user needs to access the HTTP server on router 101 in here. So if we just specify the IP address of the HTTP server on router 101, we hit enter, we can't have a reply. We can't reach the service. Why? Because the ASA blocking the traffic. So what we should do to make the ASA allow the traffic? Well, based on the proxy and the cut-through proxy authorization, you need first to telnet the IP address that we specified in the task here, the 71777. So what should we do after this? So the ASA will close the connection and let you access to the HTTP service on router 101. So let's try this. I'm going to telnet to this is the ASA. I'm just going to put the username. User, no, it's not user. Come on. 192. So as you can see here, we have a successful authentication, and now we can just, yeah, here we go. The ASA just allowed the traffic to go through the box to reach the HTTP server on router 101. One thing we can do here on the ASA itself, we can say show authentication. Yes, this user 192 with the IP address authenticated, and just we need to the traffic to just make sure it's still there. Do what we can just say show access list, and this access list, enter. So this is the a downloadable. It's downloaded from where? From the ICE. Through what? Through the radius protocol. Using what? using the vendor specific attributes for Cisco. I hope this is clear, guys. See you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.